Hi, hello, welcome to Dusty Shop, where bad decisions are rabid and planning is lacking. So, don't do what we do. Well, you could try it. Have fun with it. Do the YouTube stuff. Click like and subscribe. Alright, thanks.
Alright, circus goers, so yeah, it's been a little bit, but anyway, we're back in business. We're working on some stuff. We'll give you the grand tour of what's going on. So we got ourselves, we call this thing the flip truck, because we're going to fix it up and sell it. So, it's a 94 Chevrolet, 4.3, kind of like Goldie. Goldie was, basically the same truck, a little older than Goldie. Goldie was a 96, this is a 94. I'm sure in the videos you've seen this thing in the background, just the frame. Cab is in the back of the shop there, just sitting on some tires. We got another bed for it. We're gonna get it all together. We did put the little 4.3 on the engine run stand. We showed that video. This thing just running and popping, sounded healthy, really healthy. We got some other work to do to it. And like I said, cab it's been sitting out in pieces. This thing was gonna be another project that turned into this. That got canceled, and then now we're putting it back together. So the steering, there'll be a video out where I'm changing out the turning signal deal for the Raptors because the wires are broke. So yeah, I gotta fix that. And there's a part, which means I gotta pull that column. Not happy. So there's poor Joker. She's just sitting there, just collecting. Yeah, it's a workbench now. So yeah, wonderful. Yeah, absolutely terrible. A little day project right there. So there's Grandpa, and yeah, we put the cow tracks on there. Unfortunately, the video was absolutely terrible. So I didn't really get to do a whole lot of that because we were losing power, and the video is just awful, So we'll do a recap with Grandpa when we do. I think we'll put the front suspension on it. Yeah, that's next. We're going to put Radtech up front. So we're going to redo all the Radtech stuff up front. So that'll be awesome. Yeah. And so we've got the beloved Shaggin' Wagon. So yeah, like I said, we're doing all kinds of good stuff with this. We're doing this. We're putting these in there. Wonderful, because we had those ugly things. So we got the motor in it. She's running and driving. So what we had to do is come around here, and then yeah. So the black spoiler is now white, mounted on back here. We got I had to make some brackets in the back to like you can see right here where it sticks out. So we made all that right there, fabricated all that in there to get the spoiler mounted out. It's mounted now, so when I go to redo the epoxy seal along here, I'm going to epoxy right around the base of the spoiler to the van body and call it a day. It's all like I said, it's all welded up in there. That's actually a spoiler off a 1968 Oldsmobile 442. Yeah, I like the way it kicked up. But all the other ones were kicking down. I didn't like that. It kind of I don't know. So I just used some white on it for now because it looked blank. Put some color to it. Started kind of doing a little bit of the body work, kind of fixing some things up. The body was in really good shape, so there really wasn't a whole lot to do to it. But most of it was, putting the old getting it up to speed. So we've seen a video of this being put in. So we got all that. I got to get a new grill because this one's gone. We got the AC system all hooked up. We got an aluminum radiator in it. So other than that, I still got to do. Yeah, we got some metal work to do. I'll probably do a little video on that, Sean. We're gonna go through there and cut that out. I cut out of a donor van. I already kind of pulled all apart. So we're in here in the van, which I've added, a popper to the daily. So we got a pillar here. We're gonna add more gauges, and then got those riveted in there. And as you can see, that stainless steel handle, that's using those same rivet nuts. So in here, we got the motor. Oh, it's kind of dark. I won't be able to see it. But right here, there is an adapter we had to run. We want to put the A&N fittings right here. Let me get a light. Let's get a light. It's kind of dark in here. So I've been slowly doing the interior work, which is, there's some of it right there. Making those little pouches. So what we did is we put the engine together. It's all there now. So that little adapter right there, we had to put that on there because this is a Holley aftermarket intake, and so when we tried to hook the A and N lines up, they hit the intake, and there was not enough clearance. So we put one of the spaces in there that's supposed to make this thing like, oh, I didn't notice that. We're not sitting flush. We are not sitting flush. I'm sucking air. Oh, that's why. Okay, I gotta fix something. Well, look at that. I don't even think there's a gasket on there. What's up with that? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I just seen something there. Nice. So like I said, we got all that done. AC's on there. George did that. We had to add this. We get the A and N on the line. If you were watching any of the TikTok stuff, I fired this thing up. The thermostat stuck on me, so I had to put a new thermostat in there. It was just awfully terrible. Nice wire, just 7mm wires. I'm gonna put some new plugs in it eventually here pretty quick because we've been running in this old breaking the oil and everything else, getting it all broken. We've been running on the engine stand and now it's in the van running. So the transmission shifting, blah blah blah. So there's a little bit of work to do there, and then I'm gonna pull the dash. Like I said, because I gotta fix the windshield, metal on the windshield. We installed the old TV here. Yeah, we got to drop down. We've been redoing the upholstery because the wood trim is this lighter stuff, and yeah, as I said, and we've been putting in the darker stuff right here. Looks nicer, some more glass, more shiny. I like it better, so we're gonna get rid of all this ugliness. We're gonna get rid of these ugly ass handles. We're gonna get rid of them ugly ass handles. We're gonna do darker than even that. That was my first attempt, and yeah, it was okay, but yeah. So that's what's been happening with the old shagging wagon. We're getting closer, but the only problem now is my beloved Dirty Max went south on me. So yeah, I know. So we're gonna do a video on that here this year when we start getting the parts. So let's go back here. So there it is. Yeah, grandson's truck. It's sitting on it. So we have. I'm gonna set this over here. There she is, and all of her lovely wonderfulness. Got her underneath the towel. Okay, so what we did was we did that. Oof. We didn't get into that, but we're mounting down the piston here pretty good. So we're gonna go and pull this apart. I gotta put in, obviously we gotta put pistons in it, but we're also gonna put PPE, the new PPE coupless heads. I got new injectors. I don't have the heads yet, but I have a new turbo. So I got the beloved Mach 1. I got the Stealth Mach 1 turbo. Yep, it's right there. Nice, pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to put that turbo on there. I'm going to do a little stock turbo. I've got to give you a harmonic balancer because this one's broke right there, big chunk out of it. So we're going to do over, and then we're changing that out. We're going to put the cat filter, obviously. We're going to run a cat oil filter on this. So we can do all that. We'll take this thing back apart. Luckily, the last time I had it apart, we studded it, so, bolts are no big deal. It still sucks that I got to pull it all apart, and then the rear main seal, and, yay, that was all fun. So, we're going to do that. I'll probably put a new water pump in it. That's the radiator. I'm going to put an aluminum radiator in the truck, just, I'm already here, and I don't want to take the thing apart. Again. The rest of the truck's sitting outside because, it's kind of where it was. Like I said, there's a couple kind of just hanging out right now. We're kind of getting stuff done. We want to get back on working on the old Joker there. Like I said, I don't want it to be a workbench no more, but, it kind of is. Probably another up-and-coming project will be the Jimmy there. So we gotta do something on the engine on the Jimmy. So it's no bueno. And I said, there's my Dirty Max, there's a bed of it. We're probably gonna get a new bed. I absolutely hate that bed. I just hate it. I don't like it. Never have. It was on the truck when I got it, so I just went with it because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Now I do. I got a whole purpose behind everything, so here we go. We're gonna make that happen. It's gonna be cool. We're gonna do some mods to that truck, and yeah, while it's in here getting fixed, we're gonna fix a bunch of stuff. There's gonna be a new bed. Like I said, I hate that bed. That one needs an engine. Yeah, put an engine. We put in there back out because it's locked up. Yeah, wonderful. It's locked up. Yep. So, yeah. With that being said, we'll start getting back into doing, like I said, this stuff. We've got, I don't know how much interesting people are going to be, but I do need to do all the post, all this kind of stuff right here. I need to redo it. This is the color it was. And it's going to be, I'm going to sand it all down, clean it up. Oh, the other thing we're doing too is where all these ashtrays were. I almost forgot. So, where all the ashtrays are, we're going to put USB charging ports. I don't know if you can't see it. I need my light. It's dark in there, and this camera's not all that great. So, that's the other thing I'm doing too is, as I'm pulling this thing apart, doing all that, we're getting rid of the ashtrays, because I don't smoke, and mostly this is going to be, as I said before, if you watch the TikTok stuff, the munchkins are in here. So, yeah, that's what we're doing with them. We got USB charging ports. We're going to replace the ashtray. We're going to keep the cup holders. And like I said, this side of the van, passenger side, slowly getting done. I'm almost done. I got to do that door. And we'll be done with the passenger side. Like I said, that's all done. We've got the TV, and that's all redone. That's nice and like I want it. So, everything's working except for my dome lights. I gotta look and see why that is. I don't know if it's this, if it's that switch, and then hopefully it's not that switch on the dash, because the thing doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, doesn't exist. So I get to go junkyarding, or hope somebody in Evil Bay has got one that I can get. All the speakers are hooked up, so these speakers right here go to the TV, and then there's other speakers in the van that go to the radio, which got a big old radio sitting over there. We'll be able to play DVDs and movies and everything else, and yeah, there's a whole long rewiring a bunch of stuff, which is an absolute nightmare in this thing, because I had all the interior out, and I had all this out, and I was trying to run wires and keep them hidden and everything else, and it was just absolutely terrible. And so we got the Super Chip over there. I don't know if you can see it, but that little black deal right there, that's going to be the new cover for the ECM, and I got fuses back there and all that. They had a piece of carpet over it, and it just, to me, looked hideous. I don't like it. I can't do anything with this one, because just the way they did this one, I'm going to put that ugly thing right there back over here. Unless I can figure out a way to make it hide some stuff, I'm going to work on that. Might not use that. Probably not going to use that. I don't know yet. So, like I said, that's kind of that get everybody caught up with the van. Little shagging wagon here. Like I said, I had all this interior tore out, and this part of it is me staining and all this and putting it back together. I got to leave one. When I took it apart, I don't know what I was thinking, but I forgot to run wires for those USB ports. So there's some of the wiring right there, and now I got to get it all the way up there to the fuse box, and then I got to run it down that side of the van right there. We got to run down that all the way up to there. Which I already ran everything for that down that side over there, and it runs up to there. And now I got to take everything back apart and run that up to there. So, yeah, great. Genius I am. And then hopefully, we'll be getting pretty close to being done with this here machine. And we can do something else other than, like I said, that's why I haven't done a whole lot. This has been nothing but, doing stuff like that. We repainted, like I said, repainting all this stuff. Yeah, made it look nice and gray, because it was pretty rough on all four doors, all the back doors here. Stuff was really rough. Do some body work. Like I said, change all the LED lights, and I got to get a spoiler for the front. I don't know. I'm on the fence with this thing. For, I guess, people who are into vans and all that, I think they're cool. Obviously, because I'm building one, which cool with it. I don't know if I want to put down. There we go. I don't know if I want to put a hood scoop on that. I don't know. It's not that bad. I've seen some vans with the hood scoop right here, and I'm like, man, because all I was going to do is actually make it functioning. So we're going to get that to work with the hood scoop. So I'm build a little deal in here and then force it kind of, force it down on here. So I'm not sure how to get it forced like through here, through those holes right there and there. Force it down through here on some spots and then run into that intake right there. Keep the cold air. Try to get as much cold air into this thing as we can. I don't know if I want to do it like this. I don't know. It's one of them deals where, what do you do? I've got another hood, so if I do the hood scoop, I might do it on the other hood. And then that way, if it turns out the way I want, then I'll just swap hoods out and call it a day. I don't know. What do y'all think? You should put a hood scoop on this thing, because I'm going to put the visor up there, so it's going to have I don't know which style yet. There's 3 styles of the cab visor. And then I'm not going to do this one down here, because there's another one that goes across here. I'm not doing that one. I decided no. I was at first thought about it, but nah. And then we're going to run a balance down underneath here, our air dam. Which with the bumper on it, which I got to go find a bumpers for this thing. Because this one's got a dent in it, and it absolutely drives me nuts. It's a small dent, but it's one of the ones that you just see it. No matter what I do, try to hide it, I just can't hide it. So, yeah, so there's the van. We're going to do all that good stuff. Get caught up on that. Of course, George has got some projects he wants to do, the DIYs. We've got some of those going to roll through here this year. We're going to put paint on this one, so we're going to do some body work. Clean it all up, we're going to put it in primer. Like a cool, it's like a teal-like color, because the truck's kind of a teal color anyway. So, and it's red and all that, and it was kind of, it's just kind of funky the way it is right now, and I wouldn't buy it. If I'm going to sell something, I'm going to sell something that I would buy or drive. So, we'll get to doing that. Yeah, we'll be doing that. I don't know if anybody's interested in seeing the body work, but we're not sure. A couple little videos on this thing doing the body work, and maybe a couple on this one doing a little bit of body work on this. Because like I said, I'm going to make all this disappear. Get rid of those badges. I'm going to run different badges on the van. I don't know if I'm going to do the shaggin' wagon or something along those lines. I don't know. Don't know yet. So, we've been out. Like I said, we've been kind of out there for about, 3 months. Because I just did a video, those 2 videos here. So, yeah, we kind of got sidetracked and all that other good stuff. But like I said, we're back in. Here we go. Let's have some fun. Like I said, we've got this one we're going to do. And then once we get this one out the door, we are going to get back on Joker. So, for everybody like the Joker videos, we're going to actually get serious about this thing. Well, I shouldn't say that. Once this goes out the door, we're going to do the Duramax, get the Dirty Max Golf running the other PPE heads, and that Stealth Mach 1 turbo. We get it studded, so we're going to do all that good stuff. We can get, we'll do a cool, video on putting that engine in there. I don't know if we'll actually do a video of putting it in there, of installing the engine into the Dirty Max, but we will definitely show a video of it running. Because I am really curious to see how well they say that those PPE heads will quiet down that Dirty Max, and that motor was like loud, valve train noise and all that. It was loud. I never had any problems with like lifting the heads or anything like that, but I do have electrolysis in my number 7 head, or on the number 7 cylinder for the cup for the injector. It's starting to eat its way to the hole, so I was like, man, and then now with it dropping a valve on the other side, I was like, well, that's it, new heads. Got to buy new heads, might as well get the PPEs. So, we're going to run this run stand. We'll have some more videos. We'd like running some engines on the run stand. We are kind of getting off the V6 stuff. Probably that little V6 back there will probably be, I wouldn't say the last one, but last stock one we're going to do. I got plans for a project where I'm going to hop up a little V6. We're going to bore it. We're going to turbo probably or something, but it's not going to be anything stock. So that's going to be a fun one. We're going to run stand, see what kind of craziness we can do there. And we'll stick it in something and see how long it lasts. I don't even care if I blow it up. It's just going to be fun to do. And like I said, I don't know, turbo, supercharger. I don't know about a supercharger though. It's kind of expensive. Most likely be a turbo. It's going to be a good size turbo. So, yeah. So yeah, if you want, keep watching this. Like I said, we've got a lot coming in this year. We're going to do a lot this year. Like I said, George's got some DIYs, and we're going to make some cool shit in here, and even do some fabricating. We got some big projects to do. Like I said, we want to get Joker done. We got that's just a parts truck out there. We'll be doing something with that too. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, that's been kind of the shop. I've been kind of distracted the last couple of months, but that's over with. So it's all good. All fine and dandy and good in the hood, as they say. And we might do some stuff with Harley. I mean, it's winter time right now. I mean, we're in January, and I'm in a t-shirt and sweating a little bit, but it's just a matter of 2 or 3 days, and there'll be snow on the ground and frozen, and it's just Texas, North Texas weather. It's crazy. So, yeah, like I said, stay tuned with us. I hope you all enjoy our videos and continue watching them as we're cranking them out here. We're going on a schedule, probably do Mondays and Wednesdays, and yeah, we'll just roll with that now. Maybe we get more content and can do a few more videos. We'll drop maybe an extra one here or there as we get them in, and I can get them rolling out and done up. So, yeah, come join us, and yeah, like I said, we got another project. Oh, I almost forgot. I almost meant that. So, we got a little Mercedes-Benz over there. I think we might do something with I'm thinking like LS. I'm thinking LS in a Mercedes. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. We'll just see. We'll just see how projects come along, and maybe we'll do that. Who knows? LS and the Mercedes would be kind of cool. The V6 in there. Which means we'll have to change everything. It'd be just an absolute nightmare. Kind of the van. It's cool, but man, it's been an absolute nightmare to work through it. It's intense. It's in good shape, but man, I'm just making so many mods of the van. It was like, man, I'm just killing myself. I'm my own worst enemy on that. And that, but I've been to that car too, probably. But, like I said, that being said, that's the shop. That's catching us all up. So, yeah, there we go. Keep watching. Hope you enjoy our stuff. And we'll catch you on the next one. All right, thanks.